on, guys? Thanks for stopping back for another Marvel Legends review. This is actually not a Marvel Legend. This is a Marvel Select. Today we're going to take a look at the Marvel Select Ultron. This is a request by RoboGeek from the forums. He needs a little convincing to get this figure, and hopefully by the end of this review, he's going to run out to the mall and go grab him. Because I really do think that Ultron is an awesome Marvel Select figure. He fits in great with the Marvel Legends, and I'll kind of show you a scale example in just a little bit. But first, we're going to go ahead and get on to the review. Those of you guys that are just stopping in, my name is US Agent 27. I am from the MUCollectorClub.com forums. If you guys haven't checked us out, make sure you guys come check us out. There will be a link in the show notes, and you also just saw a link for it in the credits you just watched. Okay, so on to the review. Marvel Select Ultron. There was a previous Ultron figure in the Marvel Legends line. That figure, well, sucked. It wasn't the Marvel, it wasn't exactly comic accurate. It didn't look like it stepped out of a comic book. I mean, this is the Ultron that I remember growing up with. From the cartoons to the comics to, the Adventure comics I grew up with. I mean, this is what Ultron always looked like to me. And I think that Diamond in particular did a phenomenal job on this figure. I think that he just is great. I mean, I can't stop raving about the figure because he's awesome. He is probably one of my favorite selects, excuse me, one of my favorite selects that's come out. So let's go ahead and start taking a look at the paint. Now, when he was first shown, they did do a modification to the head, which I'm really kind of glad about. I'm going to see if I can get my camera to focus in just a little bit more so you guys can kind of see the head sculpt without it getting blurry. Try a little bit more. There we go. So, the head, it's getting blurry on me. Sorry guys, let me back this up a little bit. There it goes. So the head sculpt on this is just menacing. The first version actually had little circles underneath his mouth. Frank Castle from our forums posted a picture of it, and he's actually the one that convinced me to go get this. He posted pictures of this when he first got it, and I was like, I gotta have the figure. So the paint on the figure, he's pretty basic. I mean, he's all like silver with a little bit of black wash mixed in. He's got black lines on him. He's got red in his mouth and his eyes. And that's really about it. And I'm going to stand him up back there. So the paint on him is very simple paint job, and it works. It's really great the way the paint works on him. Like I said, it's just basically a silver with like a little bit of almost like black undertones in him, and then he's got the red in the face. Just, he's menacing. He is really great. Well, kind of like, I like how the black lines are right there on his chest, and all that detail work that they did on his legs. You've got the black lines going across. On his feet, you can even see the black lines and so forth. As awesome as Ultron is, he comes with an accessory. He comes with this base, which I'm going to kind of show off. I'm going to set Ultron aside for a little bit, and we're going to take a look at the base. The base is incredible. It's got like stonework here. It's got like a little Ant-Man and a couple broken arrows from Hawkeye and a little wasp. I mean, they did a lot of work on that base. I mean, it looks great, and he looks awesome standing on it too. Let's see if I can just stand up there real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of hold him just so you guys can kind of see. Let me turn my camera down. I mean, Ultron looks great on there. Very menacing. I do like the... this is one of my favorite bases that's come with the selects. I mean, the base that came with the Select Juggernaut was, it was okay. It was kind of small for the figure, but... Anyway, the base on this figure is great. I mean, they got perfect paint. You really couldn't ask for anything more. So let's go ahead and start talking about articulation on the figure. So... And this is where Selects and Legends kind of differ a little bit. So his head can go up about that far. It's on a hinge. So it goes up pretty far. You can get him in some pretty good flying poses. It goes down pretty far. So you can kind of like stare down at his enemies. It can go left, it can go right. So his head's got some detail work. I like the little pieces right there, and I like how he's got little ear pieces there. It looks great. And I like the spikes. For his arm articulation, he has a ball joint at the top with a bicep swivel. Was it a bicep swivel? Yeah, bicep swivel. Mine's just a little sticky. I don't really pose this figure that much. I leave him in one pose. I just kind of, have him facing off against my Avengers. He has a single jointed elbow. That's kind of disappointing. I would like to see a better elbow joint, but it's like one of those ones that rotate, so you can kind of get it in some really decent positions. No forearm swivel there. He has a wrist swivel that goes backward and forwards. His hand is stuck in that fist pose, and honestly, I don't mind. I mean, he looks badass. Alright. This hand is the same exact articulation. The only difference is the way the hand is posed. He's kind of got, like he's reaching out for you kind of pose, or he's kind of got it like down like that. He looks great. As far as chest articulation, he's got the diaphragm joint, so it goes side to side, front and back, side to side. He has a waist swivel. It goes waist swivel like that. Okay. His hips. On mine, the hips are a little loose, which is okay. At the ball joint, he's got ball joints at the top of his legs, and he's got the thigh swivel, so that works out very well for the articulation. He's got double jointed knees. Marvel Selects with double jointed knees. I mean, that's great. You guys gotta understand, Marvel Select figures are more for like a statuesque figure. They're not meant really, they're meant for posing, but like one pose and that's it. Not like your regular Marvel Legends. Alright, he has feet articulation. He can go up, he can go down, and he's got ankle pivot, which really helps him get in some very dynamic poses. And the other leg is exactly the same. So, Ultron, you can get him into some really, really menacing kind of poses. Let me see if I can just get one real quick. Again, I'm just trying to do this while you guys are watching. And let me just back the camera up so you guys can kind of see. Like, you can get him in some really, really decent poses. So let's take a look and see how he looks for size comparison. Now I have him kind of bent over, but just to kind of show you, here is the, well, McFarlane Spider-Man, or Fearsome Foe Spider-Man. He scales pretty good. You gotta remember, Spider-Man is a lanky character. Ultron is a robot. Ultron's supposed to be a little bit bigger than the other characters. So he, in my opinion, scales up really, really well. Let's kind of get Ultron sitting up straight. Give me 1 second, guys. There we go. Now we have Ultron kind of more or less standing up straight. And again, Spidey comes to about his chest, which is great. I mean, he does work in scale. Ultron's supposed to be a robot. He's supposed to be bigger, so that I don't have any kind of problem with at all. All right, put him aside. I really like showing off this figure. All right, so Ultron. If you guys don't have him, go out and get him. He is a badass figure. He is incredible. He's well worth the money. He's like $20, which is cheap. You will not be sorry you got him. So, RoboGeek, go out and get Ultron. That's your mission. Alright guys, thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the review. Stick around for more videos. I'll try to put up some more as soon as I can. And if you haven't come check us out in the forums, please come check us out. www.mucollectorclub.com. Thanks again. This is US Agent signing off.